It was supposed to be just another Coldplay concert. Lights, music, and a feel-good crowd of 50,000. But when the kiss cam landed on one couple, everything changed. They weren't just camera shy. They were two high-ranking executives, both married, but not to each other. Within 72 hours, their careers were over, their faces were everywhere, and somehow, Gwyneth Paltrow got involved. Two execs caught cuddling on the Jumbotron. A rock star throws shade mid-concert. Then his ex-wife shows up as the company's new spokesperson. What sounds like a deleted scene from Succession actually happened, and the internet can't get enough of it. So here's the question. When a kiss cam moment spirals into full-blown resignations and viral chaos, is it fair to hold CEOs accountable for what happens off the clock? Or did Astronomer just pull off the wildest PR comeback of the decade? Drop your take in the comments, because this one's messier than anyone expected.
Thank you for your interest in Astronomer. Hi, I'm Gwyneth Paltrow. I've been hired on a very temporary basis to speak on behalf of the 300+ employees at Astronomer. Astronomer has gotten a lot of questions over the last few days, and they wanted me to answer the most common ones. Yes, Astronomer is the best place to run Apache Airflow, unifying the experience of running data, ML, and AI pipelines at scale. We've been thrilled so many people have a newfound interest in data workflow automation. As for the other questions we've received, yes, there is still room available at our Beyond Analytics event in September. We will now be returning to what we do best, delivering game-changing results for our customers. Thank you for your interest in Astronomer.
It's July 16th. Gillette Stadium is packed. Coldplay's mid-set energy is electric. Then the stadium screen lights up. The kiss cam. Cue smiles, cheers, awkward grins. But one couple doesn't play along. A man and woman are caught in a cozy embrace. But the second they realize they're on camera, panic. The man ducks out of frame like he just saw a ghost. The woman spins around and shows the back of her head. The crowd laughs. Chris Martin, Coldplay's frontman, sees it all from the stage and riffs on mic. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. What he didn't know, what no one knew yet, was that this wasn't just an awkward moment. It was the beginning of a public unraveling. Within hours, the internet had answers. Social media detectives zeroed in on the mystery couple from the kiss cam, and what they found turned an awkward moment into a full-blown scandal. The man? Andy Byron, CEO of Astronomer, a rising data tech company working with giants like Apple and Uber. The woman? Kristen Cabot, Astronomer's chief people officer, aka the head of HR. Here's the kicker. Both were married, just not to each other. That one frame of them cozying up, then scrambling away, suddenly looked a whole lot less innocent. The jokes flew fast. Memes flooded timelines. News outlets picked it up. And within 24 hours, Astronomer, a company most people had never heard of, was trending worldwide. But for Byron and Cabot, things were about to get way worse. By July 18th, Astronomer had seen enough. The company released a carefully worded statement. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability. Translation: heads were about to roll. The very next day, CEO Andy Byron officially resigned. Kristen Cabot followed soon after. No public apologies, no press conferences, just quiet exits wrapped in corporate speak. But the internet wasn't done with them. Screenshots of the couple on the Jumbotron were everywhere. From late-night comedy to TikTok conspiracy threads, people weren't just gossiping. They were dissecting body language, debating ethics, and asking how a tech CEO and his HR chief thought they could keep something like this under wraps in a stadium of 50,000 people. Astronomer tried to pivot back to business, but then came the twist no one expected, and the plot flipped entirely. Just when the internet thought the scandal had peaked, Astronomer hit the gas. On July 25th, a new video drops across the company's social media. A white backdrop, calm music. Then, Gwyneth Paltrow appears on screen. Yes, that Gwyneth Paltrow, Oscar winner, Goop mogul, and, in case you forgot, the ex-wife of Coldplay's Chris Martin. With a smirk and perfectly timed deadpan, she opens, "I've been hired on a very temporary basis to speak on behalf of the 300+ employees at Astronomer." It's not an apology. It's not even a proper explanation. It's satire, masquerading as a corporate message. And it's brilliant. Instead of addressing the elephant in the room, Paltrow swats away scandalous questions and pivots to data automation, like she's pitching skincare products. She barely contains her laughter as she says lines like, "Yes, Astronomer is the best place to run Apache Airflow." Suddenly, the storyline shifts. This isn't just a PR cleanup. It's a full-blown cultural moment. This wasn't just a clever celebrity cameo. It was a cosmic PR mic drop. Because Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't some random spokesperson. She was the ex-wife of Chris Martin, the very man who exposed the affair on stage. Let that sink in. Martin, mid-song at the Coldplay concert, had spotted the awkward Jumbotron couple and joked, either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. That offhand comment lit the fuse. And less than 2 weeks later, the woman he once consciously uncoupled from was front and center in the fallout, smirking through the wreckage, armed with sarcasm and subtle payback. For fans of Coldplay, it was poetic. For the internet, it was meme gold. Uno reversed this scandal, one commenter wrote. Another said, hiring Chris Martin's ex to fix a Coldplay mess? That's god-tier PR. What was supposed to be a PR crisis had turned into performance art. On paper, the video made no sense, but on the internet, it was genius. Astronomer didn't deny, defend, or distract. They deflected. With humor so dry, it could have been bottled by goop. The fake questions popping up on screen were pure internet speak. Oh my god, what the actual F? How's your social media team holding? Paltrow interrupted both, ignoring the drama entirely. Instead, she promoted an upcoming Astronomer conference and gave a corporate plug that sounded like tech startup Mad Libs, unifying the experience of running data, ML, and AI pipelines at scale. Viewers lost it. The ad racked up over 500,000 views in 48 hours. Instagram comments praised the company's self-awareness, calling it the best PR play of the year. Even crisis management experts chimed in, saying the move was bold, savvy, and perfectly timed. The best part? Paltrow never actually said anything about the scandal. She didn't have to. Her presence and the sheer absurdity of the ad said it all. Not everyone was laughing. Behind the memes and applause was a legitimate question. Did Astronomer just pull off a brilliant PR stunt? Or did they gamble their reputation on internet humor? According to crisis experts, the company played their hand just right. By leaning into the absurdity, not away from it, they controlled the narrative. Everyone saw the kiss cam. One PR strategist said, "You can't ignore something that viral." So Astronomer did the only thing left. They owned it, and it worked. The company saw a reported 15,000% spike in web traffic. Their name became recognizable overnight. And unlike scandals that ruin brands, this one made Astronomer feel, oddly, human. But not everyone escaped clean. Andy Byron, the former CEO, was toast. Our insiders say had he tried to joke about it, it would have backfired hard, because he wasn't the punchline. He was the problem. The video may have saved Astronomer, but Byron's reputation, that's a different story entirely. This wasn't just a corporate mess. It was a case study in how scandals work in the age of memes. 10 years ago, a CEO caught on the kiss cam with his HR chief might have disappeared quietly behind a press release and an internal memo. But in 2025, your scandal becomes content, your downfall becomes a TikTok trend, and your company's survival depends on how fast you can own the narrative. Astronomer didn't apologize. They didn't explain. They redirected the spotlight, then handed the mic to someone famous for surviving her own public spectacle. Gwyneth Paltrow didn't fix the company's problems. She made them irrelevant. She reframed the story from scandal to satire, from drama to brand moment. And here's the wildest part. It worked. In a digital world where outrage moves faster than facts, Astronomer showed that sometimes laughing with the internet beats hiding from it. So let's rewind. A Coldplay concert, a kiss cam misfire, 2 executives ducking for cover. Within days, they're out of a jobs. And Gwyneth Paltrow is turning the fallout into a marketing spectacle. What could have been a textbook corporate implosion became one of the most talked about PR moments of the year. Not because Astronomer hid from the scandal, but because they hijacked it. They turned embarrassment into engagement, a breakup into branding. And thanks to one brilliantly ironic cameo, a tech company most people had never heard of is now unforgettable. But here's the question. Did Astronomer survive the chaos or capitalize on it? In a world where going viral is often a death sentence, they may have done the unthinkable. Turcha adesirus, maidern torbikit, hontai, idipris silpaday ki ditao, into strategy. And that might be the real plot twist.